Hello, this is Dan Ferrisi, Editor-in-Chief of Commercial Integrator. So happy to be joined today by Ron Berty, who is Business Development Manager with Matrox Video. Really appreciate you taking some time to chat with me, Ron. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. It's great to be here.
So let's get right into it, because I know we want to talk about Matrox Video's new ConvertIP transmitters and receivers. Can you give me a high-level overview of the ConvertIP transmitters and receivers?
Sure. I mean, this is a new family of IPMX-ready AV over IP transmitters and receivers from Matrox. And there are 6 models that we launch at the start. And they come with a whole lot of flexibility with different baseband connections. So HDMI, SDI, HD-Base-T has 0 latency to almost no latency, so less than a frame. And it supports both compressed and uncompressed solutions or transmission. So all of this is also built on standards. So something that we really believe in at Matrox, building on top of the standards. And they start with simply 2110 NMOS, and then finally IPMX. So IPMX, well, it's not ratified, it will be shortly, or at least we certainly hope so. And we're building with that in mind. So it gives you a flexibility with the product line to be able to address multiple workflows with a single product or with the different products in the product line itself. So that's really what the core product line is all about, and all the core high-level features.
Well, thank you so much for that overview. And I want to get into one of the things you mentioned, which is working with both compressed and uncompressed signals. I'd just like some more detail from you on how ConvertIP transmitters and receivers kind of remove limitations and address pain points.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that's the whole idea here, is that flexibility that we give with the product helps to remove the choices that customer have to make. Because with these products, we can do several different things, like you said, uncompressed, compressed. We have JPEG XS, Calibri as compressed solutions at 1 gig and up to, say, 2.5 gig for JPEG XS. And then we have fully uncompressed. So we give all that flexibility that solves customer problems with one product line. It really makes it a lot easier for them to do something where they don't have to mix different products from different manufacturers to solve all of the workflows, even in a given application. So we do all of that together. Then on top of that, because we're building on standards, the idea is that you can actually get our products to potentially work with other products in the market as well. So you don't just have to choose something, from one manufacturer. You can actually, hopefully, as the standards evolve and grow over time, we will be able to get them to interoperate with each other under potentially a single platform of software control. So it gives you all of the flexibility that we spoke of before, but it gives you that additional opportunity to use best of breed from one manufacturer or from another. So it really does give you a lot of options. And that's really some of the pain points that I think customers are hearing, or that we're actually hearing from customers today. They're actually mentioning that they're looking for something that works a little bit more flexibly and a little bit more open with other products on the market.
The future that you're laying out is a really exciting one, and I know the customers and integrators are going to be excited to see that come to fruition. My last question is how ConvertIP transmitters and receivers will help integrators and their clients really extend their system life over time in accordance with those evolving, ever-changing needs.
Well, it kind of goes back to what we just spoke of. It kind of leads well into this idea, because in my mind, what we've been doing to date is we've been working on generational installations. So, you build an installation and it's a generation, and it sits and does what it does for a generation. And yes, there's slight improvements here and there that get fixed by any given manufacturer. They usually are working on that as well, like adding feature set or whatever, but the same core principle lives in that infrastructure. So at a certain point, that generation is removed and we apply a new generation. So you wipe everything out, put in a new installation. What's different with ConvertIP is that standards approach, where it's a standard that's going to grow over time. It's going to be evolutionary instead of generational. So that as we build out the solution today, within 2 years from now, maybe something needs to be added that's not quite covered in it. So the standard may introduce that, or maybe another manufacturer introduces a specific feature that meets your workflow. And now you can build on top and bolt on that additional piece to your workflow, your installation, without removing the old generation and applying an entire new generation. So it's much more evolutionary than it is generational. And I think that's really a big point of standards, being standards-based and growing over time. And that, I think, solves a lot of questions for integrators and system installers and so on that are trying to build out solutions that aren't just going to be good for today or tomorrow, but actually that can grow much the same way the network did when it went from 1 gig to 10 gig to even 40 and 100 gig at this stage.
Absolutely. You're such a passionate and persuasive expositor of this message, Ron. I really appreciate you taking time to apprise Commercial Integrator and our audience of the new ConvertIP transmitters and receivers. Very grateful for your time today.
Well, thanks for having me on, and I enjoyed it. So we'll see you next time, I hope.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Ron Berty, who is Business Development Manager with Matrox Video. My name is Dan Ferrisi, Editor-in-Chief of Commercial Integrator, and please check back regularly on commercialintegrator.com for more great content just like this.